Hi guys, today I'll be showing you my dance, makeup and hair tutorial. This is what I wear for competitions and for concerts. First I'll be tying up my hair just to get it out of my face. I just normally put it in a bun. And yes, my hair is very greasy at the moment due to dance competitions already. So yeah. First I'll be using my Nude Airbrush Mineral Primer. This I just use on the 4 to 5 spots on my face just as like a moisturizer. I love this brand so much as it just works well with my very fair complexion. I just rub this in with my hands, and yes, I do normally rub it into my ears and my hairline as normally I do put foundation there. I have a few blemishes on my face at the moment, just to cover them up I'm using my Nude Liquid Mineral Concealer. And yes, I do have it upside down here. I just use a small concealer brush and add a few drops to it. I normally add the concealer to my under eyes just to make my eyes a bit more brighter. I first start rubbing it in with the brush, then I'll use my fingers just to get a more even look. Next I add my foundation. I use Maybelline's New York Dream Liquid Mousse, which is a nude light fall, and also my Revlon Colourstay Ivory, which is also a SPF20, which is really good in the Australian sun. I use normally a 60 to 40 ratio with my foundation just because with my fair complexion on stage I need to have a still darker skin colour, but it is very hard without making myself look too orange. But normally if I have my fake tan on, which I don't in this, I will use just the nude colour, but as I don't, I am using both of them together. The nude Maybelline foundation is actually my normal dance foundation. It's lasted me a while, which is pretty sad. And the other one I normally use as a everyday foundation, but as I've kind of given up wearing makeup every day because I'm too lazy, I don't use it as much. With this I rub it into my ears and down my neck and sometimes into my hairline just to get an even tone, especially since I still have a lot of baby hairs. Yes, I am 19 and still have baby hairs, and I am not afraid to admit it. After putting my foundation on, because I've put it on my lips, I use my Maybelline Baby Lips, which is actually an Anti Oxidant Berry flavour, and I love the smell of it, and it's just so yummy. Next, I'm going to set on my foundation using my L'Oreal Paris Bare Minerals powder. I use a fluffy brush, which is just my Thin Lizzy brush, which I got for a bronzer ages ago. Since then, I have used up all the bronzer as well as after I broke it on the way to my school formal. Great timing. Yes, I'm modelling. I'm not afraid to show it. Next, I will use my Chacott for Professionals Ballet Palette and just some simple eyeshadow brushes. This is just a flat one. I use both the dark brown and the white for this. I have a paper towel with me just because it's a bit messy. And yes, that is a packet to a bleach strip that I use to get a crisp line. For this line, I make sure it's even with my eyebrows, just so it looks even and symmetrical both sides. And that is also why I use the packaging from my bleach strips, just so I can get that line even on both sides. And yes, I do use bleach strips, but only for competitions. I'll use them the day before though. But it also will depend on how busy I am, because sometimes I do it just before I leave the house to go to the competition. If not, I will do it the day before. Next, I'm using the white eyeshadow from the palette, and I am putting a line above it, above the brown, going to the corners of my eyes and making it even with the brown on the end. Now that I've done both my eyes, I use my fluffy brush just to remove any excess powder pigments that have fallen onto my eyes, especially with the white, as it is very loose sometimes. And I'm modelling. Next I will use my Sportsgirl To The Point liquid eyeliner just to get a cat eye look. I have about 3 of these in my makeup kit, and sadly I do not know which one is the new one anymore, so normally it's just a guess, and if I got the wrong one I'll just change to another one until I find the one that is working. And yes, I do not throw out my makeup that easy. I am very attached to all my makeup. With this I just make it a small flick, which is going up to the end of the brown eyeshadow just so it extends my eyes on stage. So now I use my 2 mascaras. My first mascara is my Maybelline New York Colossal Volume Express. With this I heat it up using my hands just so it's a bit more even and consistent with putting it on. The reason I actually use 2 is just to make my eyelashes a lot bigger, as I do not like wearing fake eyelashes. Even though my eyelashes are already big and very bold, I can get away with it, but sometimes my teacher will force me to wear eyelashes. Next I am using my Jumbo eye pencil from NYX, which is in the colour of milk, and I use it on my waterline. Like some people use a black eyeliner pencil, but I use white as it just opens my eyes. And I am singing, don't know why. Now I am using my waterproof mascara from Revlon London. It is actually 100% waterproof, and I have proved this many times with going out, and especially at dance comps. The reason I use that is because sometimes I do get tired and I yawn a lot, and I do tear up. So next I am going to be doing my cheeks. For this I use the same professional palette, but I use the pink and the rouge colour. I mix them together using a blush brush. Try saying that 3 times fast. For this, because I do need it very bold on stage, it will look very dramatic here as the lighting is not very good. And actually, since filming this I have installed proper lights in my bathroom, and I have one right above the spot where I do all my makeup, so it is very good makeup lighting now. Even though my bathroom does bring in a lot of light, it's just a lot better with better lighting. For my cheeks, I do put all the apples on my cheeks and bring them up my cheekbones. Oh yeah, sorry, I had to stop for a second because the song Let It Go came on, and I don't like that song very much. I have it on there for my little cousins, but yeah. Now is my lips. I use a lip liner pencil just to get a nice crisp line on my lips. Do not ask me what brand or what the name of this lip liner is. I've had it for 2 years and I've used it too much, so it's actually worn away the name on it. And because I've sharpened it so many times, it's actually got the brand's actually been taken off. For this, I just normally do an X on my Cupid's bell, and I'll colour in the corner of my bottom lips just to give it some dimension. Now I'm using my NYX matte lipstick, which is the colour Pure Red. I got this while in Hawaii and I love it to death. It's a nice matte colour, especially for my lips, but if I am doing an all-day competition or concert, I will use an 8-hour lasting or even longer lipstick, but this is just as I'm going off to do a solo competition. Now I'm done done with my makeup, it is time to move on with my hair. For this, I'm just taking my hair out, and I'm going to be just doing a simple bun, which I will fix up later, as I need it in a donut bun, as people call it, but I call them sock buns, as I use a leg warmer, which is very weird, but it actually makes it a lot bigger. But for this, I am just doing a simple ballet bun using a fake headpiece, as my hair is very fine. And yes, later on I do actually spray out all those little stray baby hairs that are there. This is my favourite thing, hairspray. I basically live off hairspray. It's probably like I breathe in more hairspray than oxygen as a dancer, and I just love the smell of it. So now I'm just going to tease a bit of my hair and then add my fake hair extension, which I've had since I was a little girl. Mum actually bought it for me due to the fact I had such thin hair that I needed it to make my bun look equal to my head size. But since growing up, I have dyed my hair many times, and my hair is no longer the same colour as the fake hair extension. And I actually discovered today that I still have bits of orange throughout my hair, which I thought had gone from many months ago when I was away in Hawaii. And yes, I did have really bright orange hair. So now I normally place some bobby pins in. For this, I use only about 8 bobby pins as a minimum with my hair. I normally do it in a compass formation, so north, south, east, west. Then I'll apply my hair net, and then I'll do northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. If you don't understand what I mean, it's just the compass coordinations that I learned when I was in scouting. And yes, I did scouts. I'm a very girly girl tomboy. But it's actually good because if I need to rush and take all the bobby pins out between numbers, I am able to do it very easy and quickly, so I know where they are. Now it's time for more hairspray, yay! And I kind of got too much in my face then, didn't mean to though. As you can see what I'm doing here, it looks very weird, but all I'm doing is spraying the hairspray into the air and letting it fall into my face. It does seem very weird, but I do this so my makeup sets. Normally people use makeup setter, but I don't, I prefer hairspray. So now I've just added a cute flower to my hair, which I bought at a market, and I'm all done. Comment below if you want any more tutorials, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!